So,
Let's go, bro.
so episode 22, handling minimal support. So, for those of y'all new and those of y'all will catch the video later, we 22 episodes in. Thankful for everybody who's participated, who's
Yep.
joined the live, who's watched the video, visited the website, shared the video, whatever the case may be. But episode 22, I'm your boy E Double. It's
What's
my
good,
partner
good
here.
people? Cedric Lavelle, and like he said, episode 22. We've been going strong and really picking up momentum. You know what I'm saying? Building momentum, bro. Since we've started from episode 1 all the way till now, man, the progress has been it's been dope. It's been dope to kind of see how things have evolved and changed over time, man. About the growth, the next phase, you know what I'm saying? And handling minimal support definitely ties into everything. You feel me? So yeah, man, this is gonna be a good topic. Good topic to discuss.
So let's go and get into it, man. So when we talk about handling minimal support, like obviously, first thing that comes to my mind is whenever an individual is trying to do something, they kind of, I guess, almost expect or anticipate that those closest to them will support them or help them.
Right.
And then what they soon find out is, whether it's a business venture or, just might be going for something in your personal life, whether you're trying to, I don't know, make your high school basketball team or whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're working towards, you expect, those around you to support you. And then once you actually go through the process, you realize like you may not get that support that you were anticipating or that you expected. Right. So it's like, how do you deal with that? And where do you focus the right energy? Right.
Exactly.
I'm a hand it off to you with that. So, maximizing services.
Maximizing services or maximizing service. So when you look at support, obviously, like he just said, support can be one of those things where it's undetermined. You're thinking that you may get it on one end, but you don't. Or are you thinking that people may support you off the strength of relationships, whether it be family, whether it be close friends, but you don't get that? And support can come in, whether it's personally, professionally. There's always a level of support that, can be rendered. So basically, when we're looking at support, we want to focus more so on service. And so instead of focusing outwardly as it relates to receiving support, you want to focus inwardly, focus on maximizing your service, what you offer, what you do, what you have to give, and then understanding as you focus more so inwardly on your progress, your growth, whether it be from a personal standpoint or whether it be from a professional standpoint, then the right response and the right people can take notice of what it is that you have to offer. So basically with maximizing services or maximizing service, constantly searching for the right amount of support can cause you to feel left out. And then with being left out, you can experience feelings of being idle. And then with idleness, eventually that contributes to a lack of development and advancement. So when you're looking for the support and you don't get it, a lot of times you become idle. A lot of times you begin to question yourself, second guess yourself, ask yourself these questions. Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I not? Why am I not getting the support that I need? Why are people not really vibing with what I have going on? Why am I not getting the attention? All the questions that you're typically asking yourself whenever it is that you're doing something and you're not receiving that same energy that you potentially would be looking for, right? And so with focusing on your services, it takes that support aspect out of it, and then you start focusing more so inwardly on what you do. How good is your product? How good is your how good is your personality? What are the things that you're doing, right? So basically, when handling minimal support, your first focus should always be producing quality service. Address the value of what you provide, and in return, the right response will be given. So address the value on what you provide. So whatever it is that you're looking to give, address that first. So whether it be, like I said, a product, whether it be, you're selling something, focus on building the best product that you can. Focus on producing something that's going to be different. Focus on the research and the development of that product. And then from a personal standpoint, focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Focus on, your mental stability. Focus on learning. Focus on getting more knowledge as it relates to certain things that you may be interested in. Because rest assured, when you focus on yourself and you provide yourself the things that you need, provide yourself the service that you need, then you're able to outwardly express whatever it is that you're wanting to do and get support on, and then people eventually will start picking
Well,
up.
yeah, and
Right?
then you'll naturally, attract the type of support you need, as opposed to just assuming or anticipating those closest to you will be the ones to support you. Because at the end of the day,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to business, your friends and family aren't the ones that's gonna make you successful. Like
Yep.
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that's what people rely on initially.
Exactly. Yeah. And many times when you do, just the response that you get, it's not what you expected it to be. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, if you're not really focused in on what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're creating, and really understanding the process of building a business and building a brand, and targeting the right people and positioning your product the right way, when things start to happen that's unexpected, that's when people quit. That's when businesses start to fail. That's when people start to second guess themselves, and really find themselves in a situation where they're just uncertain about the next steps, right? And so just to conclude on that first slide, basically, when minimal support is offered, it should lead to maximizing your service opportunity. So when you're not getting the support that you need, maximize on your service and opportunities, and work vigorously supplying the best of what you have, and embrace the process of change and development. So anytime that you're focusing on just the service, focusing on building and growing, embrace that process.
Yes,
Fall in love with the
at the
process.
end of the day, the common theme really is whether personal or professional, focus on you.
Right.
Focusing on improving you. And if it is a business or whatever that product or service is, or if it's your personal life, focus on you and your efficiencies and your attention to detail, your time management, your focus. Like that's really what it comes down to. Like don't focus on the external things that you have no control over. Like there's a saying, like, right, like there no need to worry about things you have no control over. It's like, and we've talked about this a million times, like it's literally a waste of time worrying
Yeah.
about things that you literally have no control over.
You
Like,
have no
what's the
control
point
over.
of even worrying about them? Like, you can't,
Right.
no matter how much you worry about it, it's not going to change or affect that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's focus on you.
Focus on you. Focus on what things that you can control, which is a perfect segue to the next slide, which is
Which is
quality control.
quality control. And y'all got to bear with me. My allergies kicking my ass, so I'm sniffling and all that. But I'm here. We strong. We thugging it out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so quality control, right? Which goes back to which perfect segue what we were just talking about. Controlling the things controlling the tangibles that you have control over, focusing on those areas. So when it comes to personal, you got to ask yourself some questions, right? And those questions are in these areas. So like your character, do you act with good intent? And that's simple, like, are you a genuine person? Are
Right.
you, do you do what you say you're gonna do? Are you manipulative, right? Are you out to use people? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, Just ask yourself those questions. Are you like genuinely a good person? And then ask yourself candor. Are you honest with your words? You know, do you mean what you say? You know, uh, are you? I don't know. What's some other examples for candor? Say.
I mean, so you're honest with yourself, well, with your words. Are you a person that's frank, or are you giving great insight to other people? I mean, a lot of times when it comes to just general conversations, whenever you're looking to encourage or inspire or help someone else, man, candor is being candid rather. It's such a big thing because you want to be honest with people. Like, you don't want to sugarcoat stuff. Now, obviously, you want to communicate in a way that's going to be
Well, be
effective.
professional.
And,
Or even in your personal life, be polite. You know what I mean? Don't be rude. Don't be an asshole, especially if there's no
right.
support.
So you got to make certain that when you're in that aspect, man, that you're communicating in a way that's going to get your point across, but you're doing it with honesty, and you're doing it, with good character. You're doing it with good intent, because that essentially allows somebody to be more susceptible to supporting you, right? Like that's the main thing. Like the better you do at expressing yourself to somebody in an honest way, the more likely it is that they'll support you later on down the line. You know what I'm saying?
And that kind of goes right into the next one, right? So, like communication. Do you add values to others or value to others? You know, are you, adding productive conversation, or are you gossiping? You know what I mean? Giving unproductive information and
Right.
kind of stirring the pot, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the next one is commitment. So, do you honor your obligations? And this is very important, right? Because when it comes to wanting support, uh, or dealing with minimal support, people won't support someone that they don't like or that they don't have a favorable view of, right?
Right.
And when it comes to commitment and honoring your obligations, like, do you, which goes back to character, do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you, if you plan something and you say you're going to be there at this time, do you do that? If you say you're going to do something for someone, do you do it? And then the next one is contribution. Are you willing to help those in need? And this is important because it's like, okay, you could say yes to that, but are you helping because you are going to want something in return later down the road? Or are you doing it out of the kindness of your heart?
So you are.
Wanna,
Yeah.
you actually want to help, and that's a huge difference. And I think sometimes, people can pick up on that, right? Like it's the I guess like when you see certain celebrities and they're doing charitable efforts, but they're all in front of the camera. There's cameras there. They're trying to like highlight it, like, look at me, look at what I'm doing, versus others. There's a lot of stuff Jay-Z does for people that we never hear about,
Right.
because he doesn't care about the accolades. It's more about the act of service. He cares more about contributing and helping out, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then so those are a few for personal. So as far as for professional, how well are you servicing these areas, right? So process, are you efficient? Are you finding areas where you're not efficient and improving in those areas? Are you educating yourself? Are you continuing to educate yourself? Are you looking for better ways to do things, even if you already do them well? Are you looking to improve on those? Planning. Do you strategize? Do you plan? Really simple as that.
Yeah.
Do you have a 3 to 5 year plan? Are you working towards something, or are
Do you
you
have any
just
goals that you want to put in
right goals, or
put
are you just day to day? When it comes to your professional life, planning is of the utmost importance. You have to have goals and know where you're heading to make sure that you can create the right plan to get there, right?
Right.
And then product. Typically, if you're in the business, you either have a service or product, or product. And are you doing R&D? Are you checking out your competitors? Are you R&D kind of really speaks for itself. Research and development. Are you doing the
Research and
necessary things?
development, surveying the market.
Yeah, are you doing the necessary things to learn what you can and improve on your product or service to be competitive and really to have a competitive advantage? Because that's really what you want. You don't want to just offer the same thing that everybody else is offering.
Right.
And then
Definitely want
next,
to make certain that is useful and differentiated.
exactly. And then the next one is promotion. Do you target properly? And targeted marketing is extremely important. Like, and this goes back to what we said about expecting or anticipating your close friends and family to support you when you first, you know, start a new journey, whether professional or personal. But your family and friends might not be your target market. And 9 times out of 10, they're not your target market. There may be some
Right.
members of your friends and family that may fit your target market. But all in all, just because they're your family, don't mean y'all are interested in the same things, or that, that they automatically are going to like it because you guys are family. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So make sure you're properly targeting your audience. And this is where it goes to really focusing on you, your business, and ways to improve that. Because once you do that, the product will attract the people that they need to.
Yeah.
And when you target it properly, it's a win-win. You got a great product that'll naturally draw people in, and then if you continue to target to those types of people, you got a win-win. And then the next on that list is people. Are you satisfying customers? Are you seeking feedback from those customers, right? Both positive and negative.
Yeah.
And it's
That, I
important.
think that's one of the most important things of anything with the business, just the feedback and understanding that, customer satisfaction is paramount. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get the support that you essentially going to need, especially from a business perspective, you got to have a situation where your clients, your customers, your consumers become ambassadors of your brand. They're willing to go out and speak on the level of service that you provided to them because it was so useful, because you took care of everything that they were looking for and everything that they
My
needed.
boy Greg, what's good with you, bro?
Because you did all of the things that were necessary to cultivate that relationship with the individual, right? And so if you're looking to get referrals, if you're looking to
Which goes back to promotion, which is the one
yeah,
right before it, right? Word of mouth is the strongest promotion, and it's free. You don't got to pay for it.
yeah,
Like, so if I tell, like, if said, what's good, bro? If said was to go use a product and loves it, right? And he tells me about it and raves about it, and I trust said, right? I'm more likely to go try that product myself, right?
right,
Whereas you could pay for marketing or advertising, and I see it and I may be interested, but I'm still a little wary because do I want to go spend my money on this? Like, I don't know. But having somebody that you know personally that has already done it and is raving about it, that word of mouth is, and then on the flip side of that, negative experiences, right?
yeah,
Works the exact same way. And people are typically more vocal about negative experiences than positive experiences. People are
absolutely,
more
yeah,
likely to leave a negative review because they're pissed off, right? Like, you just sold them something or they just experienced something, they spent their money, they're red hot about it. They're gonna go post on Google reviews or on your Amazon page. They're gonna light you up. They pissed off. And then anybody they hear, and anybody who they talk to about it, it's oh, I can't stand them. Don't do business with them. It's gonna be
right,
magnified. That's why it's important to really listen to positive and negative feedback. You got to take that negative
yeah,
feedback and really try to work with those customers and try to get to a resolution, and let them know that you care. And they're just not another ticket. You know what I mean? They're not just another, it's not just a monetary transaction. You genuinely care
yeah,
about the service and products that you provide to those people. But so yeah, and then what's the impact of doing those things, both professionally and personally? The impact is you can only control the quality of your input. Seeking to find an outpouring of support will drain you and keep your consistency from flowing. And basically, in so many words, all that saying is you can only control the quality of what you put into, whatever it is, right? You can't control the amount of support that you'll receive. You can't.
right,
It's but you can control the quality of the work that you put into it, which, if done properly and effectively, will lead to a lot of support.
Right.
So that's what the impact is.
And then with that too, and there, when you what you saying consistency, you know, we talk about this all the time with being consistent, right? And if you're obviously, when you start off doing something in the beginning, everybody may not gravitate towards it. Everybody may not be interested in the beginning. A lot of times it takes a few people to kind of, you know, be the first ones to kind of interact with your brand or interact with your business or your service and like it. And as you talk about it, they may go out. When I say may, when they go out and speak about it, other people may start to come in, right? And so the more consistent that you are with delivering good quality service, the better the chance and the better the opportunity of people coming in and saying, hey, I heard about your product. I heard about this service. Or I heard about the communication you give in this area, the information that you provide about this. I'm interested in knowing about it. And so if you keep just delivering that same quality service and you essentially follow those things that we were just discussing, the opportunity of getting the support that you need is going to be there, right? Because you're being consistent. You're doing the work that it takes to build a sustainable brand strategy, right? And that brand could be personally or professionally. Because even if you're looking at it from a personal side, if you're being consistent with growth, if you're being consistent with your learning, if you're being consistent with evolving and being the best version of yourself day by day, you're going to attract the people that's needed in order to propel you to the next phase of your life, right? Because that's what you want. Like, you want to be able to attract like-minded people. You want to be able to get in networking circles. You want to be able to rub shoulders with people who are going to be able to elevate you, encourage you, do all the necessary things that will help you. You know, just like with Eric and I, you know, we may have a business relationship, but we also have a personal relationship as well too. And that's just us being the same individuals day in and day out when we talk with each other, right? Being consistent, you know, understanding, you know, our growth and our trajectory, and allowing that to really provide a guide in a sense for how we navigate and how we communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? And so consistency is the key. Like don't lack in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like that can be detrimental to receiving support, but can also be detrimental just to growth in general. And a lack of consistency can kill your dreams for sure.
Hey, well, I go back to a saying, man, that I coined. Change without consistency is complacency. You know what I mean? If you're not consistent in whatever changes you're making for the better, then you're just gonna stay in the same spot. You're gonna stay in the same position. You got to be consistent with those changes that you're implementing, or you're gonna be stay in the same spot. So change without consistency is complacency. But yeah, so let's move on to the next one. So final section here, focus. I'll take the first one and then just let you round off the final two. Said so.
Go for it, bro.
Focus on contributing useful service. And that if you take the letters of the first letter of focusing on contributing useful service, that actually spells focus. So cultivate relationships that can be mutually beneficial. Look to add value through your words and actions. When we say cultivate relationships that can be mutually beneficial, that's really the definition of networking. You know what I mean? Like when you network with someone, there's typically a benefit for both parties, and it may not immediately be present for both parties. One person may benefit initially, but that other person either is working towards something, or an opportunity may present itself where they can also help the other person. But just being genuine in intent and not using people, you know what I mean? So working with people and being genuine and cultivate those relationships that'll help each other mutually. And then look to add value through your words and actions, which is Don't just talk the talk, right? Like
Right.
speak because you got something to say, not just because you want to say something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Extremely important. What's up, Kim? But yeah, focus on contributing useful service. Let you take the next one, Seth.
Yep. So the last one is focus on creating unique services. And the two bullet points that we have on that was leverage something that helps a specific audience achieve a goal, and then also understand the value of differentiation and do your research. So with leveraging something that helps a specific audience achieve a goal, in many cases, especially because we're speaking more so professionally on this one, in many cases, well, I'm gonna say in many cases, in all cases, whenever you're providing a service, you should always look for a pain point, right? You should always look for something where a certain audience or target market has a struggle or has an issue or there's a problem that's there. And that problem can be, many different things, whether it be something with hair, whether it be something with health, whether it be something with their business, their branding, whether it be something with technology. It could be an array of different things, which is why we were talking about doing your research and development, understanding your market and where it is that you're trying to fit. But with doing that and leveraging something that helps a specific audience achieve a goal, you're able to identify something that people need. A lot of times when it comes to business, people get into business and they don't identify a need. They're just creating a product that's just based off of something that they may like. But you have to make certain that your product has product market fit. Does it fit within that market? Are you contributing in an area where people will believe that your product or your service is necessary? Like, is there a need for it? Is it something that's going to help them achieve a goal, right? And so if it does, you're going to get the support that you need because you're helping solve a problem. You're bringing a solution to a certain group of people that are searching for that particular thing, which goes back to targeting, right? So if you're in business and you're wanting to position your product or service in front of the right people, you have to target the right audience, right? And once you understand the audience that you're looking to influence as it relates to their needs, then you can create that product and develop it and make the necessary adjustments to it. That way it's more deliverable and it's more desirable to that particular audience, right? And so that's what you want to do as it relates to leveraging something that's going to help a specific market, well, helps a specific audience rather achieve a goal. And then on the last one, understand the value of differentiation and do your research. Like he said, when it comes to your services or when it comes to your product or whatever it is that you're looking to build and do in business, you want to understand the value of differentiation in the research. When you do your research, you understand the many different aspects that go on within that particular business sector, right? And when you're doing that, you're also able to differentiate yourself from your competitors. You're able to find a place or a unique space that you can fit into that's going to allow you to excel because you're doing something that many other people aren't. And a lot of times the easiest way that you can do that is through building a brand that's on a good foundation, creating an identity for yourself that people can relate to, that's relevant to others, that's going to resonate with them. And if you're building a brand, a lot of times when it comes to products and services, a lot of those products and services are going to be similar to many other different businesses that exist. But the differentiator that comes into play is the strength of your brand. How are you positioning your brand in front of your audience? What's the efforts and the emphasis that you're putting on your brand scalability, the sustainability, your opportunities of speaking on your brand story, right? And so when you're focusing on those aspects, you're going to be able to differentiate yourself, not easily, but you're going to be able to build something that's going to be different from everybody else. And that's that part as far as the differentiation and research. And then the final thought. I've got the final thought. So final thoughts on that. When what you offer is useful and unique, the support will come. Simple as that. The support will come when what you offer is useful and it's unique. So focus on being service centered and provide the best version of yourself and of your product. You do those things, support will come. And like we said in the beginning, just focusing inwardly instead of outwardly is definitely going to make the difference. It's definitely going to help you as it relates to handling minimal support, because you're not going to be focusing more so on the support. You're going to be focusing on the service that you're providing to receive the support, right? And so it's just a shift in how you look at it. So there's no need to, get the when people aren't, responding in the way that you would want them to, or you're not receiving the likes or the recognition that you want, but just focus on, supporting yourself, finding ways to grow your product, finding ways to grow personally, finding ways to grow professionally. And when you do that, then you can really find the appreciation in just development. You found the appreciation in embracing a process and growing something that came from your mind, or growing something that you were really passionate about. And so that's the point that you really want to get to. And when you do, you're able to navigate through the peaks and the valleys of building and of growth without being discouraged when people aren't giving you the right support that you're looking for.
Yeah, and again, it just goes back to, and you just said it, but just goes back to focusing on yourself. You know what I mean? And the controllables. Don't do things for the support, for the likes, for the attention. Do things for the right reasons. Make sure you're able to lock in on your purpose, which we've talked about before. Like what is your purpose, and what is it that you're trying to achieve? And once you're able to do that, you're able to properly align your actions and the way you're moving towards that purpose. And then you can build out that product, or you personally, whatever it is you're working towards, whether you want to go get your master's degree, or you want to be a teacher, you want to be a doctor, or you don't feel like you got a lot of support. You just got to focus inward and do the necessary things. And then eventually you'll surround yourself with those that are in similar circles, and you'll get that support that you're looking for, and it'll come naturally and organic and won't be forced. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. So in summary, right, the way to handle minimal support is to focus on yourself and find ways to maximize the service or services that you offer and the way you go about things, and that'll help you eventually gain the support that you need.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you got anything else you want to add, Sid?
I'm good, bro.
All right. So before we wrap this up, appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. Everybody who joined the live, everybody who goes back and watches the videos, definitely get messages about people who watch the videos. And the kit, the link to the kit to all of our kits is in the bio. So go ahead and click that. You can go back through our kits, and our kits are actually what we use when we do these lives to help guide the conversation, the very high level overview of what we discuss, in like talking points and bullet points, and then you can actually visualize the concepts and stuff that we talk about. So pretty cool. And if you go back and watch the video, I actually recommend watching the video with the kit, because it'll be beneficial and useful.
Yeah.
But we always say we got a lot of things coming. I'm sure y'all have seen, from promotions and various things that we're working on and content. If y'all ever want us to discuss something on one of these episodes, feel free to drop a message, shoot us a DM, and yeah. But if said don't got nothing else, man, Y'all know what it is.
That's
If
it,
you don't
bro.
do nothing else, keep it thorough, and we'll holler at y'all next
Keep it
time.
thorough.
Deuces.
Peace.